Tonight at 7, ABC 7 is on top of breaking news in Bonita Springs. A fatal crash has shut down roads near Bonita Springs Road and Michigan Street. That's where we find our Julian Johnson. He is live from the scene with new information on what happened. Julian, tell us about it.
Well, Courtney, right now, westbound travel lanes along Bonita Beach are down to one lane as you approach Michigan Street. Take a look right over here. You can see traffic being diverted away from this fatal accident, which happened around 5 o'clock. If we swing our camera a little bit this way, you'll be able to see this white van. Troopers out here tell me that this white van was traveling westbound, again, along Bonita Beach, and a car making a left turn along to Michigan Street didn't see it, and they both collided. Troopers tell me the driver of the car that hit that white van died as a result of their injuries. The driver of the van is currently at the hospital. Right now, they have not yet identified the person who died in this. They say this road along here, westbound Bonita Beach, is going to be closed for about another 30 to 45 minutes. I'm sorry, not closed, but it'll be down to one lane for about the next 30 to 45 minutes as they work to get all this cleaned up. We'll get you more details as they become available. Tonight we are live in Bonita Beach. Julian Johnson, ABC 7.
All right, Julian, thank you very much. Now to the latest from Connecticut. Families and friends said their final goodbyes today to 6 more victims of the massacre in Newtown, Connecticut. Among them, Vicky Soto, she was a teacher, and Dawn Hoeksprung. She worked as the principal at Sandy Hook Elementary. Hundreds of firefighters also formed a long blue line outside a church today. They were honoring 7-year-old Danielle Barden, who dreamed of one day joining their ranks.
The issue of gun control has been front and center since that brutal shooting that took the lives of 20 children and 6 adults. President Barack Obama is asking a team led by Vice President Joe Biden to offer concrete proposals to curb gun violence. He wants them in his hands no later than January. The president says the time for action is now, while support is strong.
Everybody. But the fact that this problem is complex can no longer be an excuse for doing nothing. The fact that we can't prevent every act of violence doesn't mean we can't steadily reduce the violence and prevent the very worst violence.
The president is urging Congress to hold votes on the bill. Biden, a longtime gun control advocate, will lead a team that will include members of the Obama administration and outside groups.
And because they think gun laws may soon change, gun enthusiasts are rushing to buy guns while they still can. High-capacity magazines and assault rifles are the top sellers at local gun stores right now. The stores say gun sales have reached record levels at Tactical Weapons in Fort Myers. They say they have raised their prices because of the increase in demand.
The shelves used to be full. I mean, the guns are going out like hot dogs at a ball game.
On Tuesday, Florida surpassed the 1 million mark for concealed weapons license. That is the most in the country.
New tonight, a CNN poll tells us more about how Americans feel about gun control. 52% favor major restrictions to guns or making all guns illegal. 53% of people polled also say they believe attacks will continue regardless of any action taken. The poll was taken December 17th, just days after the Connecticut shooting. Demand for children's body armor more than doubled since last week's shooting at that Connecticut elementary school. The armor includes bulletproof backpacks and inserts that can be used as shields. A Utah-based company says their sales have tripled. A child's backpack can run $150 to $300.
I think it's pretty sad that that's even something that's being manufactured.
But if it works, I'm definitely all for it. Any type of more protection for my daughter, I'm all for it.
We checked with 10 different Southwest Florida gun shops and sporting good retailers. Many had not heard of this armor.
The tragedy at Sandy Hook has ended a battle in Naples. For months, St. Anne Catholic School in Naples, they wanted to install a fence around the sports field. But people who live nearby argued it was ugly and unnecessary. But now those same residents have had a change of heart. They say safety is more important than aesthetics. So City Council voted on a compromise today. They will allow the school to install a 6-foot fence covered up by hedges. There will be spaces in between those hedges to allow police officers to see into that school. Security also on the minds of some Lee County leaders worried about their own offices. Back in July, the county's chief of security found 12 areas to help improve security and safety of the public and employees. at the old county courthouse and administration building. Things like locking 8 of the 10 entrances to the building or installing security cameras. But 5 months later, none of them have been addressed. Commissioner Larry Kiker hopes to address the issue with the county manager in the coming weeks.
2 car fires in 3 days. Investigators search for answers tonight to figure out what is going on in Lehigh Acres. Residents who live near 59th Street West heard a loud boom Tuesday night. This is what they saw. They discovered this Mitsubishi Eclipse engulfed in flames. It's unclear if the car was stolen, but investigators say the hood was left open, the battery taken out. On Sunday night, firefighters put out the flames raging from a Ford Explorer set on fire off Genoa Street.
We wanted to move to Paradise. We love living out in the country where it's really safe, but it hasn't been so safe lately.
The Explorer was reported stolen. The state fire marshal is investigating both cases.
Tonight, Fort Myers police are trying to track down 2 scam artists. Police say the man and woman told a victim they'd won the lottery, but needed to pay upfront money to collect. They promised their victim they would split the winnings if she paid the upfront money. Instead, they just pocketed that money after she paid them. You're looking right now at pictures of the 2 scam artists. The woman is in her 40s, the man is in his 20s. They may be driving a blue 4-door compact car, possibly a Nissan.
The parents of 3 former Northport High School students filed a wrongful death suit today. The suit claims Sarasota County School District administrators allowed former principal George Kenny to hypnotize students. According to the lawsuits, the school board did not do anything when Kenny was not following a list of rules set in place for hypnotisms.
They did not enforce what they knew was happening, and it was against their protocol.
The school district denies the allegations. Kenny is not named in the lawsuit, and he no longer works for the school district.
3 people resigned today, less than 24 hours after investigators released a report on the September attack in Benghazi, Libya.
That the security posture at the Special Mission Compound was inadequate for the threat environment in Benghazi, and in fact grossly inadequate to deal with the attack that took place that night.
He talking about the results of that report. The State Department's chief of security resigned. So too did a pair of officials who oversaw security decisions at the diplomatic outpost in Benghazi. The attack killed 4 Americans, including U.S. Ambassador to Libya, Chris Stevens.
A federal judge who was once nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court has died. Robert Bork was nominated by Ronald Reagan in 1987, but the Senate did not confirm him. Bork also had ties to the Ave Maria School of Law in Southwest Florida. He was one of their first professors. Faculty members there describe him as a national celebrity. He drew students to the school who specifically wanted to learn from him.
When he came to the law school, it attracted large numbers of outstanding students and gave the school instant credibility.
Bork wrote numerous books during his life. He most recently led Mitt Romney's Judicial Advisory Committee in the 2012 election.